and I'm entirely sober because of entirely sober by the grace of God in this wonderful fellowship. You know, last week I have taken the same topic in my home group, and I realized that it is a very important topic. The thing is, I have just gone through other some research and study over it. Because dry drunk, we commonly, I've seen, or most of us, we use it very lightly. And I also remember when I was offered with this topic, when a member asked me, Can you speak on this? My first reaction was about to say, I don't know, I don't have any experience of dry drunk. And then suddenly, I just kept quiet and I realized what I was going through last few months and weeks, that probably is dry drunk stage or syndrome. And that's why I just told him, yes, okay, I'll speak. And then whatever I could get it from the literature I went through, AA and non-AA. First, I will just put it across because I realized all this information for us is very important because it has served a purpose for me also to recognize myself where I need to improve on. This term dry drunk was coined by AA, and how it was defined at that time was simply like dry drunk is defined as a person who may have quit drinking, but the individual has yet to deal with emotional baggage that led him or her to drink in first place. It is especially among it is especially common among those who quit on their own. And I can identify with this so much. I came to fellowship in 96, but imagine my continuous sobriety started in 2007. The reason was this only, Though I was attending meetings regularly, I was reading literature, but God knows what I was understanding. But still, wherever I used to stop or quit, it was my own resources. Either I was in rehab, I would come out. After some time, I would have it. The main reason was this only, I did not deal with my emotional baggage. The incident, especially which led to pick me up that first drink, I never dealt with it. Obviously, I never dealt with my divorce. I never dealt with what happened between my husband and me. And those things used to haunt me like anything. And I would go back and pick up again, go back. And most of the time, what was haunting me? My own mistakes, my own inability to make right decision at the right time. And it was miserable. So this is one definition I really agree with it. He, to deal with what led me to my first drink or subsequent drink is very, very important thing. And in human psychology, they define dry drunk like that only. In 1970, author R.I. Solberg has defined this as dry drunk syndrome. He wrote this book and he defined it as a syndrome. And how he defines the dry drunk syndrome as the presence of actions and attitudes that characterize the alcoholic prior to recovery. Again, this is very apt, because just quitting is not the whole thing. I quit and I behave as I behaved earlier. I was lazy, I was irresponsible, I was fearful, I was scared of taking the responsibility. That's why I never took any decisions.
Hmm.
And it was not my बड़ी दया मतलब दयावान थी कि भाई चलो इसको ये भी दे दो वो भी दे दो. I never fought in my divorce, कि भाई adequate money is given, adequate compensation is given. No, I never thought. I was very arrogant, I was working and very arrogant. Thank God to my boss the day I was going to the court. He called me to his office and he said, be rational, take the alimony, take the custody of one child at least. And at that time, some sanity prevailed in me, and I said yes to whatever was offered to me. It was very little, but that it has come to great help in worse times. And that is what I'm saying, Kibri. See, if again I am going to behave like that, irresponsible, very impulsive in decision making, what is the fun of being sober then? So it basically the dry run stage is what I am, what I was before my recovery. And after quitting, if I don't change, probably no, I am in that dry drunk syndrome. Now, even the best part I liked in the reading which I was reading is that dry drunk syndrome is the legitimate psychological phenomena that can happen to anyone struggling with addiction. It is not the result of not working the program. Usually we say like that. And when I read this, and I just wanted to make some sense because it really means a lot. Happens to anyone struggling with addiction. It is not the result of not working the program or individual failing. But it need to be dealt. It simply requires the willingness to uncover the roots of one's addiction. See, I have to go deep into my own self to find out what is the root cause. The dependency of the chemical goes when I was quitting. I was in rehab, I was detox. That dependency went off. Because for long I thought that is a problem. But what made me to pick up after 6 months? What made me to pick up after 10 months? I never looked in that. And that was the thing that when I became willing to see why I am picking up again and again and again. And that was the point when everything started falling in place in after I would say 2009. From 2007 to 2009 I was in one rehab. After my 2 years of sobriety, my daughters were not willing to take me home. And in the first rehab I was working. I was not able to focus on my recovery. And I was not happy. It was too much hard work and too much of a criticism. I was very unhappy. Now, after 2 years, when they had signed my discharge and went away, so I had the right to leave the rehab if I want. But they very clearly told the authorities, please do not inform us if she leaves. Somehow I got the courage. I got in touch with another lady director whom I knew earlier. And then finally settlement, I resigned from here and I went to that rehab and I was given 2-3 days rest. In my first session, my counselor asked me, what do you think, Alka, is your problem? And I was able to pinpoint. I told him I had everything in life. Right from my childhood, even after my marriage. At a very young age, we as a couple had really good success professionally, family-wise, socially. We were very well off. I was never happy. I was miserable. I was so much unsatisfied with life that at times I used to get irritated. And I have been going to psychologists and psychiatrists in AIMS. But nobody did find anything wrong. And it was like, okay, what to do? And that was it. And in 93, typical dry drunk behavior syndrome. Basically, I was suffering from dry drunk syndrome. I had no drinks, nothing, but fully blown suffering from this, that I have destroyed everything. I wanted to destroy everything because nothing was making me happy. That's what exactly happened. 93, the shutters were down on my life. From a 24/7 busy life, I was just locked up in a room without children, without job, without money. I had a job, but I would not call it a job. But then, that's what. I did it to myself. That's what exactly I told him. This has all happened without alcohol. So my problem is me. I am not mature enough to deal with life on life terms.
Mhm.
I am physically I'm growing, but mentally and emotionally, I think I have not grown up. I'm not willing to. I was so scared to take the responsibility of my daughters. I didn't want. Certain things were genuine. I was not working. I didn't have good financial resources. I had a boyfriend who was 9 years younger to me. I was 35 at that time. And my daughters were 13 and 15. I was very scared of their safety. So I didn't want it to keep them in with me.
Mhm.
At least I thought they will be safe with their father. That was good excuse. But on the other side, I know I was not ready to take the responsibility. It was too much for me. When I used to think, I used to really be scared how I'll be doing it. So that was also the thing. I didn't take the responsibility. And that was the point he said, yes, the problem is this. It's a typical case of personality that I have my image, which is larger than size. I think of
Mhm.
myself to be God know what. And it's very difficult to keep that image, because I know I'm not that. पूरा उसको बना के रखना, it was a big struggle in my life. What I mean, you can call it narcissism or what. I mean, that was it. Sometimes it comes back still. And I have to deal with it. Ki bhai, no, I have to focus on my real self, what I am. I may not like it. Yes, the certain character defects which I see in myself, I can say, नहीं बाबा मैं तो नहीं ना, मैं तो बहुत अच्छी हूँ, मैं तो दूध की धुली हूँ. तो वो बड़ा मुश्किल हो जाता है, बट देन ठीक है ना, दूध के धुले हो तो वो जो दूसरी तरफ आके आपको उस प्रिंसिपल्स पे रहना पड़ता है. दैट इज ऑल्सो स्ट्रगल बिकॉज आई एम नॉट दैट एज सिंपल एज दैट. So it's better to accept who I am, what I am, and live with it, deal with it. That's helping me now. I mean, uh, it took years. I think recently only I have accepted myself कि भाई ईश्वर ने बनाया ही ऐसा है. जैसा
Mhm.
गलत है, जैसा सही है, बस ठीक है. ने बना दिया, अब उसके हिसाब से मुझे अपने आप को सुधारना है, उसके हिसाब से जीना है. Something, if I am not, there is something not good in me, and if I can work on it, that is the best part of me. So it is, that way बड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है कि भाई to to be comfortable in my own skin. और वो ये जैसे कल परसों आप शेयर कर रहे थे, भाई पंजाबी घर में मैं गोरे चिट्टे मुंडे के साथ मैं छोटी सी काली लड़की पहुंच गई. तो मेरी तो बड़ी वाट लगती थी. शुरू
Hmm.
शुरू में तो बहुत वाट लगती थी मेरी. बट देन आई subconsciously it developed some complexes in me also. And तो होता था कि भाई अब ठीक है, मैं हूं ही ऐसी, मैं क्या करूं. पर मुझे उसके साथ मेरे अच्छाइयाँ भी बहुत हैं. मैं काहे को ये देखूं कि भाई आई एम लाइक दैट ओनली. सो इट्स दैट complexes are over, that dealing with emotional baggage of past has really helped me to deal with my this dry drunk syndrome. And I realize it. If I say I don't have this syndrome, then probably, boss, I am not an alcoholic. If I'm an alcoholic, then I have this syndrome also with me. Because this is one thing which has very nice small readings, but it has helped me to uh, discover, uncover myself, And see, the thing is, it very clearly says that what is the psychology? Why do I have it, and why do it grow so strong in recovery? Or say when I have quit it. See, alcohol in 94 became my security blanket of my emotional pain. Or whenever I have to step out, deal with anybody, I would have it in moderate so I can face the world and nobody will come to know. So it was a huge security blanket. And most importantly, it was a very good, initially, it was a feel good factor for some time. It made me comfortable wherever I was, however I was. It made me feel comfortable. And now that is taken away. And now that is taken away for life. Though we say it is one day at a time, but at the back of mind, I knew I cannot have it. It used to give me jitters. I can't have anything to sleep. I can't have anything to numb myself. It used to give jitters, and these jitters, they call it white knuckles. And the other thing, the recently what I shared was like recovery is not only quitting but changing the identity of one own self.
Mhm.
That too without alcohol. Develops dry drunk syndrome more strongly. I completely agree to it. There was point when I was told I used to be very irritated on. Sometimes I used to keep snapping on my neighbors and all that. And then everybody around me in Bangalore, especially my sponsors there, they just accept. I used to get so irritated. How can I accept when other person is wrong?
Mm.
And that angry woman, dominating, yelling, charge and dare kind of a person I wanted to be. And
Mhm.
then now you are telling me to change my personality. Now, if I have to accept everybody around me as they are and sit in the corner of the room, boss, I need something, no? To calm myself down.
Yeah.
I'm as such very restless and irritable person. I can't sit in one place more than 5-10 minutes. So you are telling me to be quiet. And so these are very genuine reasons where this dry drunk syndrome flares up immediately. And I
Mhm.
can see it now. After reading all this, I see that it flares up like, when I came on Wednesday, when I came from Mumbai, here I don't get along with the manager. He's a young boy. His body language is very irritating. He came to help me to give some change, but he said something. I left. I, poor fellow left, and finally builder builder spoke to the landlord. Text me. So this is I'm almost 30.
Sorry, Alka, you're breaking off. Um, it's there's no sound coming through.
Yeah, I can see the red bulb, but yeah. Oh,
Yeah, now it's clear.
it's clear.
Yeah,
This
it's
is what,
coming and going little. Hmm.
yeah. So,
Okay.
so that is one thing. Shangri-La, just give me one thing. All of them are yelling.
Okay, okay, go ahead.
Just, just lock them in a room. Anyway, sorry. So, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Can you hear?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your signal
Acha.
strength is very poor. So if you move closer to the router, it'll be better.
No, I don't have. I'm using on mobile ka this only.
Okay, all right then. Please
Yeah,
go
yeah.
ahead.
So it's yeah. So this is one thing, that and the key word here is the willingness. If I am willing to take the steps, basically to know who I am and what I want to be, it can work wonders in my life. And that is all in 12 steps. And that's, makes me, that's what we say, na, keep working the steps, keep working the principles in your life. That's true. That's because this syndrome is with us. We are born with it. I'm born with it. And I need for me, the treatment to this syndrome is no medicines, nothing else except these 12 steps, especially fourth, fifth. The more I take my own inventory, the more I share it with another human being, the more I surrender to God of my understanding, the better I get. The better I get one day at a time. So these are the main points which I could figure out whatever little I read in there. And then in this, as I have been sharing that, see, the thing is, dry drunk syndrome is there, parallel to, probably when we say relapse and recovery are two sides of one coin, I can say dry drunk syndrome and recovery are sides of two sides of one coin. So my life is going with both. And how do I deal with it? That is the whole this thing. I have a program to deal with it. And that is what even in this is even since 1955, psychologists have maintained that if individual is able to look into himself or herself, like what right words they have, psychologists since 1955 maintain the working on one's inner life helps the person to deal with this syndrome. So it's very simple. It's nothing that it cannot be dealt with, but it is also something we cannot use, I think, this two words very loosely. कि वो तो ड्राई ड्रंक है ऐसा करता है but it's see all of us are dry drunks in one way. It is the only program the day we practice that keeps us that covers our dry drunk syndrome. That's it. और जहाँ पे हम प्रोग्राम का वो सेफ्टी नेट छोड़ते हैं वहाँ पे हमारा ये सिंड्रोम फ्लेयर अप कर जाता है एंड आई कुड सी इट flaring up since last 4 5 months. There was a lot of disturbance. I was not able to make meetings. I mean, it was tough for me to accept the change. And the things were not the way I wanted, basically. So that is why I was very upset. And I was very, very irritable. Very irritable, and I was very, very discontented. At times I thought, why did I come here? वो पुराने राग में शुरू हो जाता था. And it was becoming very difficult for me to settle down. So it was full blown. And I was not able to recognize that because I never knew at all anything much about dry drunk syndrome. But today, thank God to that member who asked me to speak on this topic, and thank God that I went to the readings and literature that I understood what this is and how I am in grip of it at this moment of time. And what I need that inner introspection. Okay, I have come. Now, what is the problem? Now, settling down, making things better. Stop blaming my daughter for it. And last 1 week, I have taken the steps to deal with my this issue. And see, the thing is, it also says that what are the signs of, very important, this I will read. See, actually I have penned down, but still I was just forgetting this. They have just pointed anger, resentment, and negativity, depression, anxiety, and fear of relapse. When we are in fear of relapse, probably dry drunk syndrome is active. And I also realize it ki yes. Because all those factors lead to pick up that first drink. Because that is what happened exactly before also. For 13 years, what made to pick up that first drink was basically these all character defects. Basically, dry drunk syndrome is full of character defects. That's it. Jealousy of those who are not struggling in recovery. There are members who are very, very comfortable, very peaceful. Some of us we feel very attractive, we want to have what they have, but some of us are jealous about them, to be honest. And I have seen a lot of people talking very, what do you call, they say it, romanticizing the drinking days. That's also a part of dry drunk stage. Self-obsessed, replacing with other destructive behavior and things. I was eating like hell. It used to make me feel so uncomfortable, पूरा गले तक खाना भर जाता था मेरा, तबीयत खराब होती थी. In last 10 years, I have gained a weight more than 10 years, which is eventually harming me in walking and knees and all that. So, these are all the stages unless and until I can recognize where they are coming. It is very difficult for me to say कि अच्छा नहीं, ये तो alcoholism का part नहीं है ना. It's away from it. I'll deal with it other way. No, this is part of alcoholism. This is part of dry drunk syndrome. It also said very clearly, dry drunk syndrome operates almost exclusively within a person's mind. Obviously, there is no physical allergy part in this syndrome, but everything operates from my mind. Basically, my thoughts and feelings, which create my attitude and behavior in public. And when it is destructive, the first thing is affected by it, my own sobriety. Forget about how it affects others. But my peace of mind goes out of window. I become restless. I become irritated. I am unhappy. I am discontented. Now what do I do to feel good? So either I keep harboring this or nurturing this syndrome, or I just take a walk into the program, surrender, be willing, this is I am, this part of me with me. But I have a friend, I have a fellowship, I have a God of my understanding to deal with this part of me. And that was a very beautiful awareness I got it, ये ड्राई ड्रग सिंड्रोम कोई गाली देने वाली बात नहीं है. जब उस बंदे ने मुझसे पूछा तो मुझे ऐसा ही लग रहा था कि वो गाली दे रहा है. I felt so offended. But then I realized it, this is part of me. I don't have to see it in others. I have to see it in my own self. And it's beautiful, I've become friends with this syndrome. Thank you. Now we will prefer sharing. Seriously.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Alka. I'm just going to stop the recording first.
Yeah.